Chapter 14.
Hawk had always known fear. The loud kind came with gunfire, the sharp kind with a blade's whisper. Those were familiar, manageable. This one was different. This fear didn't rush, it waited. It settled in his chest like winter and learned his name. Alena.
Wait, don't move.
He froze. Muscle memory took over before thought could catch up. His hand lifted halfway, instincts bracing for impact. His body remembered that sentence from a life where it always came, before pain. But pain didn't follow. Touch did. Her fingers brushed his arm, light, careful, like she was afraid to startle something wounded. The contact stole the air from his lungs. She was touching him. His mind scrambled for reasons, for exits, for control. Relax, she said softly.
It's just a caterpillar.
That word landed wrong. Caterpillar, small, crawling, alive. His jaw locked. Get rid of it, Alena. She laughed, an easy surprise sound that shouldn't have existed in his world. It's harmless. So was the first belt buckle. I hate crawling things, he muttered, voice tight.
Why?
Not accusing, not curious in the wrong way. Just gentle. Because I crawled through filth to survive. Because the dark learned my breathing before anyone learned my name. He didn't say it. Drop it, he said instead. She tilted her head, teasing now.
Ang laki-laki mong tao tapos takot ka sa caterpillar?
I'm not scared, he hissed. She took his hand. His body went rigid. Then she placed the caterpillar into his palm. The world folded. For a split second he wasn't here. He was 10 again, knees bruised, breath held, hiding while violence paced overhead. The smell of mold and wet concrete burned his senses. Then,
hold my hand.
Her voice cut through it. Soft, clear, certain. Her fingers closed around his, warm and steady. Her thumb traced slow circles on his skin, grounding him back into the present. The past loosened its grip. He focused on her touch, on the quiet strength in it, on the way she didn't flinch from him. She took the caterpillar and set it gently on a leaf, like she was returning something sacred to the world. He exhaled, shaky, real. How can you touch things like that? He asked.
Not just insects. Frogs. Snakes, too.
That's disturbing, he said.
It's a gift.
He studied her, unsettled by how easily she stepped into the parts of him no one ever reached. Then the truth slipped out. You called someone Gabriel. Her smile faded.
You heard that?
He nodded.
It's a boy,
she said. A little boy I dream about. We're always hiding. He's always crying. Something inside him cracked. Her voice, when it trembled like that, was the same sound he heard when his mind shut down after the beatings. The same pitch, the same break. The nightmares weren't hers. They were his. She had been dreaming his childhood long before she ever knew his name. She collapsed against him, tears soaking into his shirt. He wrapped his arms around her because there was nothing else he could do that wouldn't break him.
I want his suffering to stop,
she whispered. Hawk closed his eyes. He kissed her temple. Slow, protective. Stop crying, my princess. We'll find him, he said, voice steady even as his chest burned. Together. She nodded, still shaking. And then, because she was Alena, she added,
I still haven't forgiven you for kidnapping me.
He huffed a laugh. We eloped. She glared. He lifted her chin gently. If you'd known who I was back then, you still would have fallen. She opened her mouth to argue, so he kissed her. Not rough, not rushed. A kiss meant to convince, not conquer. When she pulled back, her voice was small.
You should have told me.
I couldn't, he said honestly. But we both felt it. She looked at him, torn. One.
So you followed me on purpose?
He sighed. I hacked your tracker. Her eyes widened.
You're one of them.
I didn't know you were a Mondego until I kissed you, he said.
Did you seduce me out of spite?
I did, he admitted. Then softer. But that's not why I stayed. She looked away.
Being near you feels familiar. Like something I'm supposed to remember.
His chest tightened. She met his eyes, wonder and fear tangled together.
None of this makes sense, but you do.
That was it. He pulled her close and kissed her again, slow, certain, unafraid. Gabriel. Hawk. The boy in the dark, and the man who would never let her go. Hawk caught Alena staring at his face. Not just looking, studying, like she was trying to remember something she almost knew. The way her eyes lingered made something tight coil in his chest. Not panic, not fear. Pride fighting a losing battle with something dangerously close to joy. Territorial, not the ugly kind. The kind that made his heart misbehave while his spine stayed straight. She wasn't afraid of him. That was the dangerous part. When Hawk helped her out of the pickup truck, everything around them stalled. Conversations died. A few men stared too long. He felt it instantly. He moved without thinking. His arm slid around her waist, firm, unmistakable. Not to show off, to draw a line, to tell the world she's with me. She huffed, eyes flashing.
Grabe ka naman, para kang warlord.
Hawk leaned down, smiling like a teenager who knew exactly what he was doing. You noticed, he said calmly, while his pulse betrayed him. Before she could fire back, kids came running. Her face lit up. That smile hit harder than any bullet ever had. His chest actually stuttered, like his heart had forgotten its training. He hated that. He loved it more. Hawk stayed back, watching her get dragged toward the swings. Bouncy curls loose around her shoulders. Laughter free and real. He didn't follow. He just stood there like an idiot who just realized joy was a weapon and she wielded it effortlessly. After the stroll, he watched her watch him. He was working. Shirtless, because of course he was, and he felt her eyes like heat on his skin. Sweat rolled down his chest, and when he glanced up, he caught her staring. He smirked. That stupid teenage caught-you-looking grin he hadn't used in years slipped out before pride could stop it. His heart kicked hard against his ribs, feral and unashamed. He walked over and handed her a towelette. Wipe me off. She raised a brow.
Ay, wow. Inuutusan mo na ako?
Request, Hawk said lightly. With benefits. His voice stayed smooth, but inside him something loud and reckless cheered. She wiped his shoulder harder than necessary. Ow, he hissed. Careful. Still hurts. She froze. Bite marks. Her cheeks burned red.
Oh, did I?
Hawk leaned in, voice low, teasing. Again, he said, fully aware that his heart was pounding like he was the one being cornered.
Don't say it like that.
I like saying it like that, He laughed. Real laughter. The kind that surprised him. For a second, there was no past, no war, just two idiots flirting like teenagers with no sense of self-preservation. Later, they settled into the hammock. She squeaked when it dipped. Hawk grinned. Relax. I won't let you fall. He meant it with a confidence that masked how violently his chest reacted to her being that close. She looked at him again, that searching look, and it hit him. Gabriel, the boy in the dark. She was seeing him and she didn't know it, but her eyes softened the exact way his fever dreams once did, when a voice told him he wasn't alone. Her voice. The realization nearly buckled him. She teased him to cover her nerves.
Sa laki mong yan, baka bumigay ito.
I'll hold you, Hawk said simply. No swagger, no joke. His heart surged at the truth of it, and he meant more than the hammock. She leaned into him without hesitation. That trust hurt worse than any blade.
Nagugutom ka na ba?
Hawk forced himself to breathe. We'll eat. I'll take you to my grandparents. Saying it felt like stepping off a cliff he didn't want to climb back from. Her eyes widened. Talaga? They'll like you, he said. Then quieter, barely a concession. I do. His pride winced. His heart didn't care. She smiled. Small, shy, devastating. Hawk looked at her like a man standing at the edge of something holy, heart in open rebellion against a lifetime of control. If she ever remembered fully, would she still stay? He tightened his arm around her just a little. For now she was here, laughing, teasing, safe. And for the first time in his life, Hawk didn't want to win. He just wanted to keep her smiling a little longer.
Alena tried to focus on her studies that afternoon. Tried. Peace, however, was not in Hawk Copeland's vocabulary. The low rumble of delivery trucks outside fractured her concentration. Not the usual noise. This one carried weight. Intent. Parang may paparating na hindi niya hinihingi, pero ramdam niyang babaguhin ang araw niya. She looked out the window. Her pen nearly slipped from her fingers. Logs, glass panels, construction-grade timber stacked with deliberate precision, as if someone had decided, without consulting her, to build a future right where she stood. What the? She stepped outside, arms crossed, heart already misbehaving. This is for the job site, right? She asked, trying for composure. Bakit dito? Hawk stood among the crew like gravity answered to him. Arms folded, silent, commanding. Men moved fast, asked nothing. He didn't smile. But when his eyes found Alena, those unsettling violet eyes, something shifted. Not softness exactly. Recognition.
This is for you.
Simple, decisive.
For your greenhouse.
Parang joke, or hallucination. Or baka napagod na talaga siya. But no, he was real. Standing there. Broad shoulders. Quiet heat. The kind of man who didn't need grand gestures, because even silence bent around him. And somehow, he had dropped an entire future into her life without asking. It was the most unromantic thing, which made it the most romantic. Hawk wasn't the kind of man who brought flowers or whispered sweet lines. He didn't talk about love. He did love. In blueprints, in logistics, in acts that required thought, patience, and restraint. Behind her back. Just to make her comfortable. Just to make her breathe easier. Did he notice how she lingered in the garden when no one was watching? How her fingers brushed petals like prayer beads? How she whispered secrets to the air when she thought she was alone? The thought made her knees weak. Thank you, Alena said, her voice betraying her. Soft, almost shy. He didn't say you're welcome. Instead, he took her hand. Warm, steady, like he had always known where it belonged. He led her to the Hummer. Halfway there, one of the workers glanced her way, a little too curious. Hawk's hand tightened around hers, just a fraction. Subtle, protective.
Eyes forward,
He said calmly to the man, not even looking back. Then quieter to Alena, almost amused.
People stare when they're confused.
Her lips twitched. So did his. Inside, waiting for her like a secret. A laptop. He opened it, clicked. And there it was. A fully rendered digital greenhouse bloomed on the screen. Glass panels catching imaginary sunlight, clean lines, quiet elegance.
I designed it based on what I thought you'd like.
He said, voice low, controlled.
You can change anything.
Then, almost casually, you always notice the small things. It wasn't praise exactly, but it landed like one. Alena's heart did something reckless. This wasn't excess. This wasn't control. This was effort. And coming from a man like Hawk, that meant everything. Fiberglass finishing? She asked, cautious. He hummed once, eyes flicking to her mouth before meeting her gaze again. You ask questions when you're trying not to smile. Her cheeks warmed. He noticed everything.
Done.
The corner of his mouth lifted. Just barely. As if he found her careful questions. Cute. Ventilation. Lighting. Rain filtration. He had already thought of it. Hindi lang greenhouse, too. He was giving her a space. Something that was hers. A place to bloom. A place to breathe. Why? She whispered. Why are you doing this? He looked at her. Direct. Unfiltered.
Because I want to.
Then softer. Softer than he probably intended. And because you look happier when your hands are in the dirt. No flourish. No justification. Just truth. And somehow that scared her more than any promise ever could. His scent wrapped around her. Pine, leather, something deeply male. Her skin responded before her mind could catch up. I appreciate this, she murmured. But are you really planning to keep me here indefinitely? He didn't flinch. He reached up, thumb brushing her jaw with an intimacy that felt earned, not taken.
Ayaw mo ba na nandito ka sa akin, Alena?
The question sounded serious, but then he tilted his head slightly, eyes glinting with something warmer.
Relax.
He added, almost amused.
Hindi kita ikukulong sa greenhouse.
A pause, then softer, playful.
Unless gusto mo.
It was ridiculous, gentle. An alpha version of humor, controlled, low-key, but unmistakably flirtatious. Just enough to ease the weight in her chest. Just enough to make her breathe again. Her throat tightened, because the truth was dangerous. It felt right. It felt like home. It's not like that, she whispered. Gusto niya, gustong gusto. Pero kung sasabihin niya, baka mabasag siya. So she didn't. She just looked at him. And somehow, he understood everything. Her eyes, her silence. The way her body leaned toward him like gravity had made a decision without consulting her. He felt it. She saw it in the way his breath caught. His hand cupped her cheek fully now, thumb tracing like he was memorizing something sacred.
Then what?
He asked, voice rough. I have a family, she said softly. Parents waiting for me. No matter how strongly I feel about you.
Say it again.
He interrupted gently. Say what?
How you feel about me.
He drew her closer. His lips hovered near hers. Not touching. Just there.
Don't lie to me, baby. Don't lie to yourself.
His thumb brushed her jaw again, slower this time, playful in a way that made her breath stutter, like he knew exactly what he was doing. She couldn't answer. A breath slipped out of her, half laugh, half surrender. And that did it. His mouth curved, the smallest sign of victory, before he leaned in. So he kissed her. Slow, quiet, tender, like worship. But the tenderness didn't stay innocent for long. The kiss deepened, not rushed, not hungry, but waited. Like remembering something dangerous, like bodies recognizing a rhythm before minds could stop them. Her fingers curled instinctively into his jacket. His hand at her nape tightened, pulling her closer by a breath, then another. When he pulled back, barely, his forehead rested against hers. Breaths mingling, too close, too warm. For a heartbeat, they forgot everything else. The workers, the trucks, the world beyond this small, charged space. His thumb brushed her lower lip, slow, absent-minded, like he was already somewhere else with her. Alena felt it then, the ache, the knowing, unsaid, but deeply understood. She wanted to stay. And he already knew. From the very first moment she met him, Hawk had unsettled something in her. He felt familiar, like a memory she couldn't place but somehow trusted. Every time she looked into his eyes, something inside her stirred, as if trying to remember a life where he had always been there. "I don't understand why it feels like this," she whispered, "like we've been here before."
Neither do I. But I'm not letting go.
Then, quieter, almost smiling.
And I don't mind that it feels familiar.
She didn't pull away. She leaned in.
If I'm too much, tell me.
She shook her head, fingers curling around his wrist. "You're not." His hand slid to her nape, grounding. Then slowly down her spine, comforting, warm, devastating.
You make me want to do things right.
He murmured.
Even if I've never known how.
Her chest tightened. "I already see you," she said quietly. He kissed her cheek, her lips, her forehead, then deeper. Unhurried. The kind of kiss that makes silence sing. When he pulled back, he intertwined their fingers. Slow, deliberate. A promise without words. She melted into him, resting her head on his shoulder, until the sound of metal clanking nearby snapped them both back. A voice, a laugh, someone too close. Hawk stilled first. He exhaled against her hair, restrained, deliberate. His hand slid from her waist, not because he wanted to, but because he had to.
Later,
he murmured quietly. Not a promise spoken aloud, but one felt. Her pulse raced. Her cheeks burned. She nodded, breathless, painfully aware of how close they'd come to forgetting themselves again. They didn't speak, because some things are remembered, not explained.
If we met under different circumstances, we would still end up here.
His hand cupped her cheek.
Unbreakable. Unstoppable.
He kissed her like truth had been burning in him all along. What they felt. It wasn't just desire. It was something holy. Something inevitable. Later, private. No witnesses. The house was quiet in the way that felt intentional. No engines, no voices, no footsteps beyond the soft hum of the night settling around them. Alena didn't remember who moved first. Only that suddenly Hawk was there, closer than before, closer than necessary. Not rushing, never rushing, like he had learned patience just for her. His hand found her waist again, this time with no reason to let go.
Look at me.
She did, and whatever restraint he had been holding on to finally loosened. He kissed her, not careful this time, not restrained. Still slow, but deeper, warmer. The kind of kiss that erased edges, that made her forget where she ended and he began. Her breath caught, a soft sound she didn't mean to make. Hawk felt it, answered it. His hand slid up her back, spreading heat, grounding her even as her knees weakened. He kissed her like he had nowhere else to be, like time had finally agreed to leave them alone. Alena's fingers curled into his shirt, pulling him closer, not desperate but certain, like this was something they had both been denying for too long. For a moment she forgot everything. Her family, the future, the careful lines she kept drawing for herself. There was only the way his mouth moved against hers, unhurried, devastating. Only the way his forehead rested against hers when he finally pulled back, both of them breathing harder than before.
Still not like that?
He murmured, a trace of a smile in his voice. She laughed softly, breathless. Still not like that. But her body betrayed her, leaning into him again. Hawk noticed. Of course he did. He kissed her once more, shorter this time, deliberate. A promise, not a loss of control. When he finally let her go, his thumb brushed her cheek, tender and lingering.
We'll take our time,
he said quietly.
But don't pretend this isn't real.
Alena rested her forehead against his chest, heart still racing. It was real, dangerously so. And in the quiet, with no one else around, she let herself feel it. Just for a moment longer.